clay is done. It is called bisqueware. It is white. It is hard like a stone. We have to be careful not to drop it or it could break. We are using acrylic paint today. Acrylic paint can stain. That's why we wear a paint shirt and have a newspaper. I keep my hand on the handle of the brush, not the danger zone, and I just lightly paint like I want it to tickle on my hands. So pick your color that you would want to start with and just grab a swoosh of paint so it just gets on the bristles. Now when you paint your clay, we want to make sure we are doing our best craftsmanship or our best quality, getting out all of those white spots, taking our time. That means we really have to work hard and maybe wiggle that paintbrush in to get all of those cracks out of the clay. When you are ready to switch colors, you can just get a different brush. Remember, just get a swoosh of paint on the bristles and paint, doing your best artwork, your best craftsmanship. And we don't need to paint the bottom of our clay. When you are done, it should be your best work. These brushes can go in either the bucket at your table or the hot tub in the sink. When you're done, put the lid on tight so that the acrylic paint doesn't dry out. Another option could be to glaze. Glaze means to give it like a shiny coat. Glaze is glass that once it gets really hot in the kiln, it melts. So for glaze, pick out which color you would like to do. And when we glaze, it's the same concept. Take your time, get out all the white spots, take a swoosh of glaze so it's only on the bristles or the hair. But with glaze, it's not going to be shiny until it's fired in the kiln. So we want to make sure that all the white spots are out, because if they're not glazed, they will stay white as the bisqueware is white or as the clay is white. And with glaze, it takes a couple layers to get a really thick coat. So you'll paint the whole thing one time, getting out any white spots of the bisqueware. Then you'll do it again 2 times around the edge and around the sides, and finally 3 times. More than 3 coats won't make it any more shiny. It'll just waste the glaze. So just take your time and count your layers. With glaze, we don't put glaze on the bottom because it has to sit on the shelf in the kiln, and once it gets to a high temperature, if there's any glaze on the bottom, whoops, it'll fuse itself to the kiln. So take a wet rag and clean up the bottom if you have any spots on it. There. Make sure you do your best work.